Welcome to another video. Yet again, I do have an extremely undervalued AI penny stock with no dilution. They've had zero dilution since 2021, and the outstanding share count has actually went down since 2022, and they do have an active share buyback worth $5 million. So the share structure should continue to get better. They have zero debt, they have real revenue coming in, and they're pretty much breaking even in terms of net income, and they are cash flow positive. Guys, drop a quick like for me on this video if you are enjoying this content. It does really help me out. I have no program or any type of course to sell you. These alerts are completely free, and a lot of time and research does go into finding these hidden gems in the penny stock market. But this is a tiny $30 million market cap play that has $20 million in cash with almost or just around $40 million in total assets and only $8 million in total liabilities. So an amazing balance sheet. And this could actually be a long-term type play because their financials and balance sheet and their growth are looking extremely good. And we have to talk about their massive connections and their very high power executive leadership. So they are backed by the Jonas family, and the Jonas family did sell ticker STRP to Verizon. Now Verizon, they sold this to Verizon for $3.2 billion. Verizon is just around, just under a $200 billion company. They also founded, the Jonas family, which is a massive shareholder of this tiny $30 million penny stock trading at just over $2. They were the founders of ticker IDT, which is now a $1.2 billion corporation, and it only continues to get more impressive as the senior vice president of products for this penny stock helped build Google Play as Google's head of global content programming. Now, he was the head of that, sector, and Google is a $2.3 trillion company. He also ran the music content and operations team for Rhapsody, which was one of the first on-demand music streaming services, and Rhapsody was one of the most popular streaming service back, during its time. Kind of has faded out over the years, but back, used to be a really big platform. This tiny penny stock I'm about to reveal just in a few seconds here has an app that has over 25 million active users with over 661 million downloads. They have two very big catalysts, as they do have two new apps that are going to launch to the public. These are currently in soft launch, so they're in beta testing, and these are two major catalysts when these do go public. So two catalysts making this one very nice. So just on my last video 3 days ago, you can see in the top right, I did call out ticker CASK at $2.23. You can see in the chart right here, just today in pre-market, we did reach highs of $6.77. Looks like, we did have some very big shorts cover. So another massive 200% gainer called on this channel once again. The ticker I'm talking about in this video is ticker ZDGE, ZEDGE Inc. So looking at their company profile, we're going to look at the chart and everything, but I have to go over some critical information, guys. Also, make sure you have the notification bell turned on so you do not miss these time-sensitive alerts. Also, guys, you want to watch this entire video all the way until the end because I will be showing you some very exclusive information about this ticker and this company in the middle of the video and especially near the end. So stay tuned for that. But looking at ticker ZDGE, now they are targeting a very massive market. So their addressable market is massive and proven. So the market size for the generative AI market alone is over $50 billion. I believe it will hit this by 2029. They're also targeting the creator economy market, which is over a $100 billion addressable market. And they're also targeting one of the biggest markets out there. It's the biggest gaming market in the world, which is the global mobile gaming market, and this is just around a $100 billion market to get into. Something to really realize right here and look at is the global gaming market is growing rapidly due to the increasing smartphone usage and innovative technology for making games, and this market size is projected to reach $230 billion by 2032. And something else that's really big right here is the mobile gaming market is bigger than the console gaming market and the PC gaming market combined. So they're directly targeting the AI market and some of the hottest sectors out there as of right now. Looking on their website, ZEDGE is the #1 phone personalization app in the world and helps you make sure your phone reflects you. So just looking on the Google Play Store, this one has 500 million plus downloads, a 4.7 star rating out of 15.8 million reviews. So this one has, a ton of potential, and I really do like this play. I did actually buy shares myself. They do have 25 million plus active users and more, well over 661 million downloads. Free and premium content, millions of free pieces of content and featured content available. Now, they do have some of the top tier content creators in the world on their platform, from some of the top musicians in the world to local artists. They have it all on ZEDGE. They have an AI powered image creation software, so you can upload an image and let AI reimagine it or describe your idea and watch it come to life. They have content for all tastes and styles, AI images, wallpapers, video wallpapers, notification sounds, ringtones. Also in the mobile gaming market, which, like I keep saying, is one of the biggest markets to get into and one of the most revenue producing markets in the world, or out of any other sector, just one of the major ones. Looking on their investor presentation that was just updated a few months ago, compared to their competitors, and just looking at their valuation compared to this, so the implied valuation range for this company is $66 million up to $300 million. So just the lower end of this implied valuation range is $5, which is more than double the current stock price. And the higher end of this valuation range, this implied valuation range, is just over $21 per share. So obviously it looks like, compared to their competitors and just looking at their fundamentals and everything like that, this one should be trading at a much higher stock price. Looking at the chart with ticker ZDGE, ZEDGE Inc., there's something very interesting that just happened. Now, we did have this, volume's been kind of dead, but we did have this dip right here. I think it was due to earnings. Earnings weren't that bad. And I really did want to break down their earnings, but, I don't want this video to be a 30+ minute video, but I think their margins were off because of the new apps and other stuff they are trying to work on marketing and developing and stuff like that. So that's something really big. Their revenue should, continue to enhance going into next year. So looking at the chart, guys, this one is currently trading at $2.36 right now in pre-market, but something very interesting did happen, as this one did just recently reach the 52-week low, just around $1.93. Now, I think either insiders loaded up or they did initiate some of that 5 million share buyback, that $5 million share buyback, because it makes sense that they would do this at the 52-week low. So it could be insiders loading, because I've been watching this one a very long time, waiting for this one to dip, because I didn't want to call a play that is, $3 plus. So I've been watching it since $3 plus, but it had this dip. So it was back on my radar, and it did spike up from the 52-week low, indicating I do think something, some insider loading or part of that share buyback was initiated, meaning we should see a press release very soon about that, or Form 4 filing. So that's another big catalyst, just an observation I did make here. Looking at their financials right here, just looking at their balance sheet straight off the bat right here, they do have $20.2 million in cash, which is almost the size of their current market cap. They do have $38.2 million in total assets. Keep in mind, you always add three zeros to these numbers. And looking at their long-term debt, they have zero debt, zero long-term debt, and they only have $8 million in total liabilities, compared to just under $40 million in total assets. So a very nice liability to asset ratio, a very strong balance sheet. So they were extremely undervalued, considering they have that balance sheet and real steady revenue coming in. You can see just for the last quarter, they did $7.2 million in total revenue, and they only lost $339,000. They were profitable, 2 quarters ago, as they did $7.7 million in total revenue, and they profited $113,000. And then the quarter before the last one, they did $7.6 million in revenue, and they lost just under $40,000. So they are basically breaking even the last few quarters. They are cash flow positive, so this one is extremely undervalued, like I keep saying. Keep in mind, we do have 2 major catalysts coming out. So these, not only are they continuously innovating and upgrading their apps, they have 2 different apps that they are about to launch at some point, hopefully very soon. They have the AI Art Master, which is a casual AI art competition game, and then they have the Wishcraft AI creation utility. It says these are in soft launch. So these are some very big catalysts coming out whenever they do launch fully to the public. Keep in mind, any mobile app or mobile app game can create a significant amount of revenue to really increase their numbers. So this is actually very big right here. So keep that in mind. Two major catalysts coming. They do have a very key management team that is, has a massive proven track record. Like I said in the intro, they do have Tim Quirk, which is this SVP, Senior Vice President of Product for ZEDGE Inc. So Tim has served and helped build Google Play as Google's head of global content programming and ran the music content and operations team for Rhapsody, which was one of the first on-demand music streaming services. He is also the singer and lyricist for the punk pop band Too Much Joy, which I believe they are owned by Warner Brothers Records. Now, Warner Brothers Music Group is worth $16 billion. So obviously this guy has a proven track record, a very talented person on the board, or actually, on the management team of this tiny $30 million valuation penny stock trading just over $2. And like I said in the intro, ZEDGE is backed by the Jonas family. IDT Corporation, ticker IDT, founded by Howard Jonas and controlled by the Jonas family, spun off its controlling interest in ZEDGE in June 2016, so the Jonas family remains a material ZEDGE shareholder and has a proven track record unlocking value in the TMT space, which is the telecommunications, media, and technology space, including their sale of IDT Entertainment to Stars for $500 million. Now, ticker IDT is currently now twice the valuation. I believe it trades at a $1.2 billion market cap. The Jonas family also sold Straight Path Communications, ticker STRP, to Verizon, just under a $200 billion company, and they sold it to Verizon for just over $3 billion. So considering they are backed by the Jonas family, this is a massive connection and extremely beneficial to ticker ZDGE. Their board of directors even continues to get better. Now, the CEO, the CFO, and the general manager are very well qualified for this job as well. But looking at the board of directors, you have Michael Jonas, which is the former EVP of Genie Energy. He's also connected to the Jonas family with a lot of other companies. But just looking at Genie Energy, this is a $400 million company. Also have Howard Jonas, which we just talked about, chairman and founder of ID Corporation, which is now a $1.2 billion company. He's also the chairman of Genie Energy, a $400 million company, among others, also connected to some other massive companies. Now we have Mark Gurmazation, probably said that wrong, but guys, this one is massive. So Mark co-founded, ticker BRZE. You can see Braze Inc., ticker BRZE, is a $4.6 billion market cap company. He co-founded that company and led the company as its founding CEO, pioneering a new category from ideation to IPO. So basically took this one all the way to initial public offering, and they IPO'd in 2021. He's also a serial entrepreneur and successful investor with 20 plus years of experience in founding, building, and investing in early stage SaaS startups before becoming the founder and general partner at MXV Capital. That is when he co-founded ticker BRZE. There's many other companies and other things he's involved with, but that's just some of the major things that stood out to me. Now, the whole board team, the whole management team is very impressive. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes going over every single person on this list, but you can do your own research and look at the other board members and see how well qualified they are for yourself. But just a massive dream team for this tiny penny stock. So looking at the dilution tracker right here, you can see their outstanding share count has actually went down since mid 2022. It went from 15 million total outstanding shares all the way down to 14 million. Now they do have around an 8 million share float, and they are cash flow positive. They have $20 million in cash just over that. So this could potentially last them for years and years because they are cash flow positive and not really losing any money every quarter. Now looking at these dilution, the remaining ATM capacity is $0. And they do have this other ATM that has a $10 million capacity, but the remaining capacity is $0. So there's no worry for dilution. As of right now, they do have a shelf offering. The current raisable amount is $5 million. But keep in mind, with this shelf offering, this was from 2020, and they are doing an active share buyback. They also have this 2019 shelf that has a current raisable amount of just under $3 million. And that's really all the dilution you have to worry about. But these shelf offerings do not mean that they are going to dilute. And I don't think there's any chance they will do this, because if you look at their outstanding share count for the last few years, it has only went down. So there's been no dilution with this very old shelf offering. And keep in mind the stock price is much lower. You know, it is trading at lows, so there's no reason to dilute right now. Plus they have cash and they're trying to do that active share buyback, like I said, trying to enhance shareholder value. So with me, guys, there's really no concern for dilution at all. Just looking at their dilution history, everything like that, overall risk is low, offering ability is low, and overhead supply is low as well. So this is very bullish right here. They have been very active with PRs and press releases as well. You can see just in the beginning of the month, Emojipedia launches free AI-powered emoji creators. ZDGE did acquire Emojipedia, I believe, in 2021. So this new feature enables users, like I said, to create custom emojis using AI, which is very good for content creators, which, like I said, there's an addressable market of $100 billion for stuff like this. That's really nice to see them innovate Emojipedia. Like I said, they did acquire that company just a few years ago, and back in mid-November, not too long ago, ZEDGE Marketplace introduces major website updates, which is really good to see. It's always good to see companies that have active press releases and catalysts, and this one does have two big catalysts. And you can see just on October 23rd, ZEDGE's Guru Shots photography game introduces exciting new features. So this is actually a whole new app apart from them that they own, it looks like, and it has 4.5, a 4.5 star rating out of thousands upon thousands of ratings. So it looks like it's doing very well in the App Store. So that's actually really nice to see, and this just shows they are actively having updates and innovating their application, stuff like that.